Is it a mask in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
It is a mask in my pocket, and I am pleased to see you. That's really awkward. I want to show you guys how we are doing the lockdown in what we feel is the most possible responsible way to reduce the risk of spread between us and between the other groups who are staying here. We have a few van friends who have nowhere else to go, who are staying on our land, and they all came here before the lockdown. After the lockdown, we can't have more people, but before the lockdown, people have come and they stayed on our land. So we're going to show you how we're operating, so that if you're also in a sort of van life community, it'll give you ideas for how you can do the best possible way to prevent the risk of contagion of coronavirus. So the first thing is we have 14 people who are staying, including two children and
2 dogs.
And 2 dogs. And the way we're working is that only one person leaves our land once a week. So that's a massive reduction compared with lots of little groups of people going to the shops to get their food. Once a week, one person goes, and only someone who has absolutely 0 symptoms of anything, and we take really great precaution. For example, we take the list of everything that everyone wants, we divide all the money up and all this stuff, we bring it in, and then with all the shopping, been washing the shopping in soapy water to clean the shopping, any cartons, any plastic, because coronavirus can stay on a plastic carton for up to 72 hours, the studies have shown. So we do all of that, and then we redistribute the food to the people, which is a really hectic way to shop. But if you think about it, only one person leaves out of 14 once a week. That's a massive reduction in exposure to the community and outside.
You also forgot to mention that we also buy food for our old neighbours. So not only for our groups, but for the elders who have a bigger risk to get coronavirus, and you know what happens later.
So yeah, in this tiny village we live in, most of the other residents are older people, and it is our absolute #1 priority to isolate from them. We don't even go within like 20 meters of them. We communicate by WhatsApp, and if we give them something, we tell them not to touch it for like 2 days.
And we wash it, like their food is washed really properly, and with the masks and with gloves. We take care of our elders.
Yeah, that's right. As the people came from different places before the lockdown, we have isolated socially in the groups who were already like together at the time. So if there's like 4 people who've been traveling, hanging out together when they arrived, then they're a group, and they've been isolated with themselves, and they have been maintaining the social distance of 2 meters between everyone else. And if someone has symptoms, as one of our guys did, no one's gone near them. Sorry, Ezra. So you got the zoom lens, right? Yeah, so we've been very careful to self-isolate to make sure that there's less risk of contagion within the group, just because it's much easier to manage if everyone doesn't have any symptoms or coronavirus problems.
For us, actually, the lockdown is quite, useful in a productive way, because we just can concentrate on things that we do. So it's really concentrated in the house build and creating videos for you. And I'm like concentrated in my creative work. I'm preparing for a video, and do the garden stuff. And as we do not need to do shopping for 3 weeks, because every 3 weeks I think
one of us will go shopping.
One of us will go shopping. We can just concentrate on things we do.
Yeah, before the lockdown I was having to do probably at least 3 trips or 4 trips a week to shop in for materials and building supplies. Now I don't leave. It's great.
Yeah, but we did a lot of work before we thought that there might be a lockdown, so we bought a lot of things, especially for the house. So that is also the reason why I don't need to do shopping, because otherwise if we were just like, chilling and not following the news, we'd
be really stuck.
Yeah, really stuck without some things.
Building materials and filming equipment.
Yeah, I also bought plenty of seeds and stuff, so instead of going to shop for like little seedlings from the local market, I just do my plants.
So, like, I'm going to show you the stuff I've got before lockdown. I've got this ton of sand. Always useful to have sand, but like, I keep offering people exercise. You just have to shovel 1 ton of sand to there. No one does it. Solar panels ready to go on the roof. I'm going to basically have free electricity forever. It's going to be amazing.
And it's going to be really warm in the house.
The first insulated house in the whole of Catalonia.
And thanks to this giant, huge window, actually it's now like a greenhouse. I can show you. This is my yellow beetroots, carrots, and some more red beetroots are growing there. I'm really waiting for the tomatoes, but so far they are sleeping. Yeah, all these beds are full of seeds. I'm very happy. I feel like they are my children. I know it sounds weird, but this is how I feel. Every morning I come here and say hi to them. Somehow it's really fulfilling.
So my Corona lockdown activity right now is wiring, putting the solar rig on the roof and basically taking this old 200-year house to be like a super environmentally friendly, more or less off-grid capable house, which would be really cool. A friend of mine came round and I've shown her around and she's like, this is definitely a house which has been designed by someone who lives in a van. Because I'm like, oh, this space, this could be another bedroom and someone could totally sleep in here. Because you just basically, when you do a lot of van conversion stuff, you're really obsessive about the useful space. So every single part of space is going to be useful in this house.
We're thinking about making a bike park for gold. So we've made a little track for the kids. This did start off as a kids jump, but I got a bit excited and made it bigger and bigger. So we've got a little track running around here, so the kids can learn how to jump. And this one is the biggest jump I've ever made. So I'll see whether I can jump off it.
I've seen loads of stuff all over YouTube and everything now where other people who are in vans are having to ask landlords of all the pubs that have closed if they can stay on the land because there's nowhere for them to go. So it's a pretty hard life because none of us have a home, right? We're all living in our vans for a reason, and yeah, we don't want to be there's a reason we're here. We're not living with our families. Or maybe some people don't have any. I'll carry on digging.
Yeah, we tried that before we left.
Maybe I won't send that to my dad to watch.
So the other guys here are doing all sorts of different things. Some are playing car games, they're doing laps, running on the land to get exercise, they're training in the barn, they've got like some training set up for climbing, they're digging BMX jumps to do some fun things, basically trying to make their own fun with what they have. And if you're locked down or in a similar situation, that's all you can do. Look at the positives, try and make use of it, do those projects that you haven't had time for, those creative projects, get on that book, and work on those things that will basically add maybe some value to your life, and use the coronavirus lockdown as a pause for thought, and give yourself time to do things which maybe you wouldn't normally have time to do, working on yourself, how you think about things. We can definitely get a value out of being locked down if you think about it in the right way.